What's up, guys? I don't know what the clap was for. So yeah, Sunday mornings. I think this is what we're gonna do. I think instead of the Instagram streams, which are a ton of fun, super easy to do, by the way, they just kind of take up a part of my morning throughout the week that I could use for other stuff. You know, I've been doing a number of reviews here on the YouTube channel, and I kind of like doing that through the week when I have time, and that believe it or not, just that hour-ish segment during those weekdays is just kind of intrusive, I guess, more so than I thought it would be. So I figure, you know what? There's a lot of weekly vlog type video stuff out there already, but it's easy enough for me to do on a Sunday morning while the house is quiet. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we'll talk about a few different things today. I don't really know, since this is the first one, what we're gonna do. But I would like to just kind of talk about. I'd like to talk about what I've been vaping on for the week, though. Still, this little Vaporesso Nexus loaded up with Juice Heads Kiwi Strawberry 25 milligram Nic Salt. I do prefer my Nic Salts in the 20 to 25 range. I don't really feel the need to go any higher than that personally. If you do, there are Nic Salts out there that go up to like close to 60 mils, 60 milligrams. But yeah, I don't feel the need to go that high. I get just enough satisfaction and what I'm aiming to get out of a small all-in-one or pod device. 20-25 milligram Nic Salts work great for me. And then, yeah, I'm still rocking that Rebirth on top of the Aegis 100. I've been doing some other builds. I've got it running at a 0.8 right now, single fuse clapped and spaced at 44.5 watts. And it is just a delightful, delightful vape. I got it loaded up with Space Jam's Yamato. It's like a blueberry muffin. It's nice. It's like a warm blueberry muffin. I think, and if I can get the picture to plug in here from my phone, we're gonna do some video editing magic right here. Yeah, that's my favorite build so far in the Rebirth. It's just a simple dual 28 gauge with 36 on the outside, fused, clapped in with 24 gauge Canthal wrapped with it. To be honest with you, as much as I'm on Instagram looking at coil builds, I don't know what that's called when you kind of wrap two coils. Is that staged? I don't think that's not staged. Yeah, I don't know what that's called. So if you know what that's called, please let me know. Put it down in the comments. So yeah, educate me. Either way, though, that's my personal favorite build so far in the Rebirth, just in single. Airflow about halfway. That thing's got plenty of airflow for what it is. But yeah, halfway with a build like that, I think that build came out to 0.25 ohms, and it was a treat, man. It was a treat. I'm probably gonna sit down later today or possibly tomorrow and do another one of those builds. And hopefully I'll remember to wrap counterclockwise this time, so those legs sit right down into those posts a little better. But yeah, that is all I've really been vaping on. I had a couple other setups, but I just cleaned up everything the other day before I even gave doing this little show here a thought. Otherwise, I would have kept a few other things going just to kind of have a longer what I've been vaping on segment here. You guys like that? You like my sweet Lion King cup. As always, I'll just drop a little plug here for CASAA. Guys, if you haven't gotten out and joined CASAA yet, please do. It's free. All you need is an email. You can opt out of all the newsletters and things if you don't want to receive anything. But they have all the information. They have they have all the information. They have all the information that you need regarding vaping and regarding legislation in your counties and your municipalities and wherever you are. CASAA is great for all of that. And all right, guys. So yeah, let's talk about the UK for a minute here. Public Health England. Yeah, good for you guys. Maintaining your stance on vaping, that it is a 95% safer alternative to traditional tobacco cigarettes. I will post the link to this article down below, guys. Professor John Newton, the Director of Health Improvement at Public Health England, was quoted saying it would be tragic if thousands of smokers who could quit with the help of an e-cigarette are being put off due to false fears about safety. Yeah, a lot of this article really goes into just how detrimental it is to only publicly talk about the risk factors. And he was also quoted saying, "We need to reassure smokers that switching to an e-cigarette would be much less harmful than smoking. This demonstration highlights the devastating harms caused by every cigarette and helps people see that vaping is likely to pose only a fraction of the risk." Good for you, Public Health England and everyone there. In the UK, good for you guys. It's crazy to see the difference between like what we're seeing from the UK and their stance on it and what we're seeing here in the States. We're really just seeing, flavor ban after flavor ban after flavor ban, negative media, and I think that really talks about our system here in the States as far as money goes. We're a country and we have a lot of states that are very heavily reliant, I guess, on tobacco sales. And so we're seeing this handoff of cash basically to divert that to pay for what benefits their pockets, I guess, to show people to have blown up in the media. And it's just sad. Our country cares more about its pockets than its people. So, but either way, regardless of that, good for you guys over across the pond. Congratulations on that article being put out there and maintaining that stance. So, my next thing, I'll post this link down below as well. The next thing I wanted to talk about was here in the States, the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, and they're basically, what's the bottom line about electronic cigarettes? And here I quote from their site directly: "E-cigarettes have the potential to benefit adult smokers who are not pregnant if used as a complete substitute for regular cigarettes and other smoked tobacco products." I've talked about it in the past on my old live streams about dual using. Dual using is really, really not good for you. When it comes to vaping, the best possible thing is to, if you are a dual user and you're dual using in a transitional period into vaping, please make it as short as possible. Really give it your all, guys, to just put down the cigarettes. It's really not beneficial in any way to dual use, other than, I guess, that transitional period where it's probably required. Maybe required's not the right word, and I don't really want to say encouraged either, but where it's probably just gonna happen. It's really, I think, hard for a lot of adults to just put down the cigarettes and take up the vape. There's usually that transitional period where you are dual using. I know I went through it. I know a number of other people that have gone through that. But try to make it as short as possible. They go on to say that e-cigarettes are not safe for youth, young adults, pregnant women, or adults who do not currently use tobacco products. If you are an adult who doesn't smoke already, vaping is probably not really your best idea. It's really for adult smokers. looking to reduce the harm and risk in their lives. That's what vaping is for. That's who vaping is for. They go on to say, while e-cigarettes have the potential to benefit some people and harm others, scientists still have a lot to learn about whether e-cigarettes are effective for quitting smoking. I don't really know why that statement is there, because there are plenty of studies that show that e-cigarettes are um, probably the most effective cessation tool for quitting smoking. And the last statement they have kind of bulleted here is, if you've never smoked or used tobacco products or e-cigarettes, don't start. Can't really agree or disagree with that. I think, again, if you were somebody that picked up cigarettes and you started smoking and you decided that it was pretty shitty, already got yourself kind of hooked on nicotine, I think vaping would be the way to go. Yeah, if you're not a smoker, and you don't use tobacco products, then I don't really see why you would pick up the vape. I think realistically it is here as the safer alternative for adult smokers. And they even go on to say that e-cigarettes can be used to deliver marijuana and other drugs. I guess. Ultimately, I think we all know that e-cigarettes are for delivering nicotine to adult smokers. It is humbling to kind of have um, something from the CDC themselves online saying that they acknowledge that vaping is, in fact, a much less harmful practice than smoking traditional cigarettes. That is pretty big for us in the States, for something like the CDC to just blatantly say, yeah, if you're an adult smoker, um, you should probably try vaping instead. But otherwise, I guess I don't really have a ton for advocacy this week either. I'm still kind of working this out, guys. This was just kind of spur of the moment. Let's do this instead of worrying about the live streams this week. And once I get it posted, it's up and it's there and it's done, and we can carry on with our lives. Yeah. So hopefully, hopefully these get longer and these get better, and we get some other segments in here. But yeah, this is what I'm gonna do once a week. Just kind of upload a what's going on here. I'm hoping to get some live stuff done here soon as well. I know in 2 weeks I've got somebody joining me on YouTube for a live show. Um, that'll be kind of like our first live Rise Vape Show. A good buddy of mine from the UK, actually, and we're just gonna kind of talk about vaping. So that'll be fun. I find that I say a little bit too much. I think we got to start working on the ums. Work on the ums, Logan. Um, 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 Stop the ums. For a while, I was doing these Instagram streams. Ooh, coffee's done. I already